Hi guys, this is Sy Keeler from Onslaught. You're watching the Impact channel.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hello sir, nice to meet you.
Let me ask you first about the football championship, which is going to end tonight. Who's going to win, Argentina or Germany?
Germany, for sure.
And what do you
I have to support, being a European, I have to support Europe. And as much as there is a major football history between England and Germany, you know, we haven't beat them since 1966, I don't think. Oh, we beat them 5-1 but that wasn't anything really important. But apart from, World Cup, we haven't beat them since 1966. So, but I think Germany will win tonight. I hope Germany will win, as a European.
Alright, so the last album, the sixth, came out last year. Are you happy with the fans' reaction?
Yes,
We are.
very much, very much. It's fans' reaction is always the most important. You can read reviews. I mean, a lot of the reviews came from fans, yes, but you know, when you read reviews in magazines, you don't take them, you know, you always take them with a pinch of salt. And you know, the fans are the important ones, and if they enjoy it, we write it for the fans. We write it so the fans can sing along with the songs. Obviously, there are a couple of songs on the album which have got, you know, there's obviously one in particular, which. We get audience participation. We always write albums with the fans in mind. We do it for the fans. We do it for ourselves, obviously, but we do it for many for the fans.
What's your favorite song from the last material?
From the last album? Tough question. There are three songs that really stand out for me. 666. Can we curse? Can we swear? Can we use language? 666.
Fuck yeah.
Children of the Sand and Fuel for My Fire. They're the three which really do stand out for me.
I'm going to ask you too. Who's going to win tonight?
I have no idea.
And who do you cheer for?
I'm on the fence because we have Argentinian fans and we have German fans. So I don't know. It's a tough call. Germany have been fantastic in the World Cup finals so far, but Argentina probably, I think they have the best defence in the World Cup so far, I believe. And there's Lionel Messi who can do anything on his day. So it's a really tough one. I really don't know. I think it could even go to penalties. Which then possibly the Germans could win because they're very good at penalties.
No more penalties.
But we shall be watching.
Alright. On the studio, you're going to record some materials for the DVD. What can we expect from that?
We're recording two key shows, Bristol and London. But, as you heard tonight, we're going to take lots of fan footage from all the shows and various things that we film ourselves and mix it up so it's kind of eclectic and kind of crazy looking. So yeah, there's going to be an in-depth interview with me and Sy, kind of gear rundown, going through all our guitar stuff and what we use for the tech heads. On all little fun bits. It's going to be kind of interesting, not just a straightforward live performance and that's it. There's going to be loads of kind of add-ons and stuff.
So Artillery is opening for you. Do you like them?
Yes, yeah, we did a South American tour with them earlier this year. First time we've ever met them, and yeah, lovely guys, real nice guys.
What do you think about the other Thrash bands from Ireland and UK, like, you know, Gamma Bomb, Evil, and Psychosis?
They're all very good. They're all very good. But for me, really, and I'm not dissing, you know, these bands. They all sound a little bit like American West Coast thrash for me. They don't have their own identity. Enough said.
And what about the modern thrash metal bands which came up around the millennium, like The Haunted, Witchery, or Dew Scented?
The Haunted, excellent band. They've got their they've got their own identity. I'm quite impressed with them. Their last album, which was called
Unseen.
Insert Here. Yeah, was excellent. I thought. That came out recently, didn't it? I believe. Or there's something coming out. I'm not sure actually. But yeah, I really like them. Really, yeah. There's some. The music is just a wonderful thing. You know, it runs my life, no matter where it is.
What about you?
Rules my life.
Not for me so much. Sy's total music head. He always has been. He knows virtually. If you mention a band to him, the most obscure band, Sy's heard it, and he knows all about it. You know, he's very keen on things like that. And not so much for me. I tend not to try to listen to too much stuff myself. As a writer, I don't want too many outside influences coming in. I just still listen to my old school punk stuff and the old school thrash bands, and that's it really. I don't sort of tend to listen to too much modern music, if you like.
All right. Another British legend band, Centrix, reformed again, not so long time ago. Do you plan to go on tour with them and with some of the new thrash metal bands from the UK?
What I'd love to do is, in my hometown of Bristol, there are some amazing bands, and I like to take these bands around the country and say this is what Bristol can offer. Because I mean, obviously, when people think of thrash metal, they always think of thrash metal from Bristol. They always think of Onslaught. There are some great new bands doing quite original material as well. Not necessarily in the sort of thrash realm, but we got like some prog metal. We got some old school death metal. There's some great bands. We played a show with Centrix years ago, wasn't it? One of our first shows it was actually Onslaught, Centrix, and Eval in the same bill. Eval had just released their first self-financed EP at the time. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Centrix. I think you played with Centrix back in the late '80s as well, didn't you?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But we go back a long way. We have there's a great band called Endeavour. They're prog metal. We have a fantastic old school death metal band called Craniation. Great name as well. Female vocalist. She's lovely. She's tiny little thing. But she's got a voice from, I don't know where she brings this voice from. They're pretty darn good. So many bands I can't do. Just check out some Bristol bands. Come to Bristol. There's always gigs on. There's a pub club called the Griffin, and every weekend there's metal on. It's a cool place.
That was going to be my second question about that, because when I spoke with the guys from the UI, they said the metal scene seems to be a little bit over-controlled by some of the magazines.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's media-driven, isn't it? Everything's become media-driven these days. You know, it's so difficult for any band to break into the media. You know?
Unless you spend money.
I was about to say, unless you have a budget, because and it does suck, and we are going to. I don't care if we piss people off, because you know you've got to advertise with these magazines to get into the magazines. It's wrong. It's wrong. They should be supporting music from grassroots, and they're not doing it. You know, you read any magazine now. They're corporate. It's all about money. It's all about money, and they're not introducing. They're not helping the young bands at all.
So what is the situation like in England now? It's harder than back in the day for the new bands.
Definitely. I think it's harder for new bands everywhere. Labels haven't got the budgets to break new bands because of all the download situation and stuff. I'd hate to be forming a new band these days. It must be so difficult.
So you don't really support this whole music download thing?
No.
No.
No, it's killed the music industry basically.
Yes, there is quite a lot. There's proof. It's had a dramatic effect on the music industry.
And what's your plan after this tour?
We have some festivals all throughout August. Then I think we have a couple of months off. I think may have one festival in September, then US, Canada, South America in October, November, December, and start thinking about the next record, I guess. I kind of got a skeleton plan for the album so far, putting the pieces together of the jigsaw, and we shall start writing next year.
Do you have any new songs?
Not new songs, no. I've got all the song titles for the album. I know exactly the direction of each song is going. I like to work that way. I like to get the song titles and then kind of paint the picture around the title. It sort of gives you a kind of feel for what the song should be like.
Due to the first anniversary of Jeff Hanneman's death, we asked the musicians about his legacy and about the personal experiences with him. Have you ever had the chance to meet him?
No, never got a chance to meet the man.
No, I never met Jeff.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately. He was fun, I understand. He was a party man. So I would have liked to have partied with him. Yeah, I'm a fantastic guitarist. You know, I think Slayer now, since Jeff's departure, even before he passed away, I think Slayer become a all controlling business, and I think they've lost. Oh, I don't know whether they've lost fans. I don't know. Fans have been obviously pissed off with what they've done with Lombardo, and we should see what the future holds. I think see what they can. Because Jeff wrote all the great riffs.
Yeah,
Jeff wrote them.
Yeah, a majority of the cool stuff he wrote. Obviously, it's a big loss to them. Whether Kerry can carry that on his own, I don't know. I mean, he's got every right to continue the band. I think personally. I mean, there's people saying Slayer shouldn't continue. Why not? I mean, Kerry and Tom. I mean, they're Slayer through and through. Obviously, Paul Bostoff's been in Slayer for, this is probably the second time now, so he's part of the Slayer thing.
It's John Dutton, isn't it?
He's not with them anymore?
No, isn't he?
No.
I think I've lost track of who's in the band now.
No, I mean, it's up to Kerry really to see what he can come up with, I think. I mean, I think they need to deliver a good album, definitely, for sure. Without a doubt, I think if they come out with something that's not that strong, I think it'll be a problem for them.
Let's talk about the early years. Which bands influenced you the most in the beginning?
For me personally, as a Discharge,
Hey guys,
Motorhead.
take care. Thanks very much.
And we are back. We just watched.
We are back.
We've
had the World Cup final, and then my prediction was correct. Germany won.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And to Germany too.
Absolutely, Germany. Yeah, deserved win.
Great game. And great show, by the way.
Thank you very much.
So, we spoke about the influences a few hours before.
A few hours ago.
And it's your turn now.
My turn. Yes. I grew up. I grew up in the early '70s. Were my time for music. I grew up listening to the glam rock of the period, Slade, Sweet, and that led on to Zeppelin, Purple, Rainbow, etc., etc., etc. So that's where I sort of come from. Hence the mighty Rainbow Rising T-shirt. Old school. I'm just an old school man. Vinyl rules.
So let's talk about the lyrics. Some of the lyrics are about warfare, and I would like to know what you think about the situation in Ukraine now.
It's not only the situation in Ukraine, the situation right now in Israel with Gaza as well. You know, it's madness, isn't it? It's madness. The Ukrainian situation. Well, you know, I'm not a politician, but from an outsider, I see it as a crazy situation. You know, Ukraine became independent from Russia. You know, and now the Russians want it back, or part of it back. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just hope these things are sorted out with without any more bloodshed, because it's a crazy world we live in, and it reflects in the lyrics. Warfare. suicide bombers. You know, it's everyday life. You switch your news on, wherever you live in the world. You switch your news on, and something somewhere's going off. You know, and it's a crazy, mad world we live in. Yeah, I wish we could all live in peace. Wouldn't it be lovely? But they would have no news then, would there? There'd be no 24-hour news stations because they would have nothing to talk about.
Not to mention the lyrics, so we need some inspiration, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Like that.
it's inspiration. That's it. It's you know, it's what goes on a daily basis. You know, you can't escape it. So yeah, our lyrics can reflect that.
And what did you think about the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan?
Oil. Yeah, it's all money.
I didn't
Money,
think
money,
about
money.
it.
It's oil. It's all oil, isn't it? No, I think the Americans have sort of put themselves in place to be the world police, which sometimes it's maybe the right move, but I think other times, as the same in Britain as well. You know, we follow the lead of the Americans. We should stand around for 2 feet and say no, enough is enough. You know, there's enough blood, too much bloodshed. We're causing problems. You know, and the sort of fundamentalists, you know, react and retaliate against the British and Americans. You know, we're sort of in the front line of it with terrorism, and it's because we stick our noses in where they don't belong.
No comment.
But that's always been the English way, isn't it? We've always stuck our noses where they don't belong. Just stay on our little island, peace and quiet. That's all we want. No chance.
And how do you come up with the lyrics? You write the lyrics first, and you just put them together with the music, or you have some other.
Well, Nige writes most of the lyrics, and again, you know, he has an idea of, you know, he will think of a title for the song first, which is good. It's a good way of working. I think really, yeah, it's a good strong song title, or Fuel for My Fire, or Children of the Sand, and it just sort of all falls into place, and then I'll put it to a melody and make some changes, and that's how we work, and it works fine.
And what do you do for a living?
As little as possible. I actually work with Nige. He's only part-time when Nige is in construction. So when he's got some work for another able-bodied man with muscles, I help out.
Any hobbies?
Any
hobbies?
Hobbies? Music. 24/7. Music rules my life. Whether I be sat at the computer, I get sent a lot of stuff. I did have a radio show, internet-based radio show for about a year, but the station unfortunately closed down. But yeah, it was great, because for that whole year I was getting sent so much stuff, and just music. It just rules my life, you know. And ultimately, music was my first love, and to phrase the song, John Miles, wasn't it? Music was my first love, and it'll be my last.
Who's your favorite writer?
Music writer.
Book. Novels.
Book. I don't really get to read much, to be honest. So I can't really comment on that. Time doesn't allow me, because of family and music. I find very little time to read anything. And then it's just, let alone sit down and read a novel. You know, I'll read a magazine, but to sit and read for a length of time and then finish off a book is just so difficult. I start them, and then a year later I'm still trying to finish it. You know? Just there's no time.
And what's your 5 favorite records?
Oh my goodness. Rainbow Rising. In no particular order. Yeah, Rainbow Rising. Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks. Led Zeppelin 3. The last two are always a problem. I think what I play on my iPod at the moment New stuff. I'll include a new band because I will take their 3 albums as one, because these 3 albums I cannot stop playing at the moment. A band called Leprous from Scandinavia. It's like they call themselves avant-garde prog metal. It's fantastic. It really is fantastic. 3 albums: Tall Poppy Syndrome, Bilateral, and Coal. Was the last album last year. Fantastic. So I recommend Leprous to anybody who haven't heard it. It's like it's avant-garde prog metal. They've obviously got a black metal background to them as well. So there's one track on one of the albums which goes off into like a real black metal, which is it. I do like. I'm partial to a little black metal. But yeah, I think prog metal, prog rock is what I discovered prog in the sort of mid-70s, and I'm still a big prog fan. I would just say probably another one of my favourite albums. Now this is going to be obscure for a lot of you, I think. A band called Van de Graaff Generator. I think it was 1971. They released an album called Pawn Hearts, and it's a masterpiece. 3 tracks. Side 2 is 1 track, as all the best prog albums should be. Van de Graaff Generator, Pawn Hearts is a fantastic album. But yeah, you ask me next week, and I'll probably give you another 5 other albums. Or.
And if you have the chance to pick the bands for an Onslaught tribute record, which bands would you pick?
An Onslaught tribute record. Good grief! No, I don't know. Can we swap around and say could I do some tributes? if I was to do some tributes to bands, it would obviously be Dio. I'd attempt a Dio song of some description. And I got to say that the recent compilation that was released is some fantastic stuff, and I particularly love Metallica. Metallica are a great band. They had a period where they sort of lost me a bit, because obviously their first 3 albums were absolutely fantastic. But then the Black Album was very good, but after the Black Album they sort of reload. They lost them a bit there. But on the Dio tribute album they do the medley, the Ronnie Rising medley. It's fantastic, and they really do capture the spirit of Dio, and that's great. That's great. But I don't know, bands that would cover Onslaught. Difficult question.
That's why I'm here.
I know. That's one. Bands that would cover Onslaught. Well, I'd like to hear some other thrash bands' interpretations of I'd like to hear sort of Creator or something. Try some of our stuff. And I don't know. Tough question to answer. Sorry.
Would you have to say something to your fans?
We wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this if it were not for our fan base. It's cliche to say it, and everybody says it, but it is so true. And so thank you all so much for hopefully enjoying Onslaught. And do come and support us. Support metal right across the world, wherever you are watching this. Support metal. Support your local scene. Because there's some fantastic music out there. But thank you for supporting Onslaught.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure.